as the referee has blown his whistle, and we are set to go as Long Island decided to not let the ball go out of bounds. So it's going to be returned past the 30 and out of bounds probably at about the 43-yard line. So a very nice return by the Long Island Ducks. I forgot to mention, Joey, their quarterback, Justin Thorne. He's played 2 games. He's a guy that really has some very quick feet in the pocket. Now he's going to be put again to the test against this Hartford Riot squad team.
Yeah, he was really good in the pocket there. Once again, he had a good pocket presence. He was always waiting for his receivers to get open. Took his time about moving the ball, but when he had to, he stepped up in the pocket and either completed a pass or took off and started running for a first down, which was really good. We would have to see what this Riot squad comes up with here in the way of defense. Is this defensive line going to be one of those teams that, be able to stop and maintain them and not give them anything and get some really good pressure on them? Let's see what happens here with this first drive.
All right, ball spotted at the 43-yard line, underway with game number 6. Here's a pass caught on a slant, and look at this, crossing the 40. Oh, the whistle blew. The whistle blew. Evidently, there was a flag pull at the 42-yard line. It's only going to be a 15-yard gain. If there was no pull, he's still running towards 287.
I would imagine so. It was a great pass. It was a quick pass by the quarterback. So he waited for the receiver to get open on the slant. He made a good pass. It was a little bit of that sidearm again that he was throwing the ball, but it was completed, and he took off, and he got a flag pull there, which was lucky for the defense because, just like you said, if there is no flag pull there, he is still running and would have been 6 points there. So the Ducks off to a good start again.
This time there's one different thing. That is their opening play in the first quarter. Only one in the first 3 games, and this is the one you just saw. So 1st and 10 for the 43-yard line at the Riot squad. Here's Justin Thorne. He's back. He's going to throw left. Another nice pass inside slant the other way. And there's your flag pull at about the 34-yard line. So a gain of 8 on the play. And like I said, Thorne has some very happy feet. And, he is trying to make as quick a decision as possible for when you see him release the ball.
Yeah, exactly. Once again, he's in the pocket. He's stepping up, moving back. And he finds his open receiver really quickly to be able to get rid of the ball and make a completion and get the ball downfield. Once again, maintaining possession, moving the ball upfield slowly but surely, and, on their way to the end zone hopefully soon.
We'll find out after the 8-yard pickup. Ball spot at the squad 34. So you're looking at a 2nd and 2 coming up. Now, for those of you who are new audience here with us, you've noticed a lot of this with this flag football league. A lot of empty gun. Very rare do you see one back next to the quarterback. Here's a throw, left open receiver, caught 27, goes to the 20, still moving, still skedaddling, he stopped at the 11.
We have a flag pull on the 11-yard line.
So another nice gain. That's a 23-yarder that time. He gets into the 11-yard line. And while we show you a replay of that particular pass, those of you who are new audience here with us.
Once again, he's in the deep shotgun.
Notice a lot of this with this flag football league. A lot of empty gun. Very rare do you see one back next to the
He steps up into the pocket
quarterback.
And he lets go. Receiver's wide open out there by himself. Makes a good move, stiff arms. And shakes a little bit more
20,
and manages to get
still
another
moving,
10
still
yards,
skedaddling,
15 yards after that.
He stopped at the 11 yards after
we
catch.
Have a flag pull on the
very
11
important,
yard
especially if you're trying to get some points on the board. So for the Ducks, they have 1st and 10. They can get another first down without scoring. The ball spot at the 11-yard line. Thorne will take the snap, looking, takes his shot inside the 5, and there's that flag pull at about the 3. So another 8-yard pickup. So quick decisions by Thorne. They're working so far.
Very quick decision by Thorne. He's looking at those slants, those quick moves by the receivers are getting them open and creating separation, and he's able to connect with them very quickly and able to get the ball once again moving upfield slowly but surely. Here we are again with the Ducks with a good drive. This is a little quicker than what we're used to seeing them do, but nevertheless, we may have the same outcome with them, with sustaining a good drive and scoring.
Put it this way, everyone needed the break, so maybe they're a little bit more refreshed. Oh, somebody from the right side of the line moved, so we're going to have a false start in the Ducks, and they're going to back up to about the 8-yard line. So critical penalty inside the 10, looking to score. I know they've been getting some chunk plays, but it's those types of plays that could really throw drives into reverse.
That is correct. Those are the things you don't want. You don't want those little wrenches being thrown in there and helping the defense and giving them some kind of momentum. So, you don't want to go shooting yourself in the foot. But here it is. It is the first drive. They haven't had a drive in the beginning of a game until right now. This is their first possession, an opening drive. So, I mean, maybe a little something different there. They just flooded a little bit. Let's see what they come out with now. Hopefully, we don't get a penalty here. Maybe we get a touchdown out of this.
Well, it's 2nd and 7 technically. Ball at the 8-yard line. Justin Thorne takes a snap, looking. Now ends up having to throw to the earthworms below the turf. I'm guessing everybody was covered, so he's like, I'm just going to throw it away. I don't necessarily know if that would have been the way to throw it, but it ends up being a big third down coming up.
Big third down. And once again, it seemed like the Riot Squad defensive line did well on that last drive there. They managed to keep him in the pocket, and the secondary managed to press a little bit and stay on their receivers and not have any space and give them an opportunity to throw the ball. So the defensive line did their job. They came up, they kept them in the pocket, didn't allow them to get too far or get loose to be able to do something with the ball there.
Well, now you're faced with a 3rd and 7, and now the Ducks want a timeout and talk this one over. So a key 3rd and 7 here. Now, some things I think maybe we can mention to our new audience here, of course, with this extreme flag football league. Some of the things we've seen a ton of empty gun, not very many backs to the left or right of the quarterback. Everything is in shotgun mode. I think the only thing that is still held prevalent is the fact that linemen are not eligible to catch the ball, as we've witnessed in one of the games earlier today.
That is correct. I mean, and these quarterbacks are very athletic. They have to be able to make a quick decision and run or pass on a moment's notice. You don't want to wait too long and get sacked here.
Well, we'll soon find out as Thorne is back in the shotgun, 3rd and 7 from the 8-yard line. He'll take it. He may take it himself. He lobs, and it's off. It may have been thrown a little bit behind the receiver in the back of the end zone. It ends up going incomplete. He had the right idea, but the timing was just a little bit off. So considering now that the Ducks told the rest of YouTube we have a field goal kicker, will they go for one?
I believe that they are going to go for a field goal there on this next play here. He had an opportunity. He had some pressure. He stepped up in the pocket. I think that might have caused him to throw the ball a little sooner than he wanted. He had a receiver open in the back of the end zone, but he just couldn't connect with him. He overthrew him by a hair. I don't know if it was because of the pressure that caused them to throw the ball like that, but we do know that they have a field goal kicker, and this is what they're setting up for right now.
And he was the one that gave the Ducks the win in the previous game. This is from 25 yards, a snap, kick on its way, and I guess if there's a Franklin High School can recruit him, sign him up. Kick is good, so it's a 3-0 start for the Ducks. Oh, my gosh. But anyway, it's a 3-0 lead for the Ducks as they get the first 3 points of the game, and now we will see the Riot Squad on offense. And one thing we want to mention real quick, the 2 key players we were told prior to the game, A.J. Smith, he is the main quarterback, and the receiver you will see a lot of is Jamie Bryant, whom we will point out when he catches one of the passes, whenever that happens. But just a reminder to those of you just joining us for the very first time with this flag football league, of course, much different rules. This is not technical football on any level. It's just a little bit of a nuance, to say the least. The only kickoffs which happen occur at the beginning of halves or if the team that scored opts to kick it off, and most likely it happens like toward the end of the game if they're behind. Otherwise, they start from their own 30-yard line unless penalties cause them to start differently. So here we go with the squad in the left, 1st and 10. Ball to the 30-yard line, and A.J. Smith lying up. And let's see how this plays out. It's going to go deep. And somehow the pass is caught. And there is the flag at the 38-yard line. So, I mean, that was not a pretty spiral, but the receiver was able to grab it, and that really was a tremendous catch.
Look at that. Just like that, they get one possession, one play. First play, they get a big yardage play downfield. Lucky that they're lucky. The Ducks lucky. They're very lucky that they were able to get the flag pull on that.
Why don't we take a look at the replay real quick? I'm sorry, Joe. Oh, wait, and there's a flag down that we have missed as well. Oh, you know what? That might the play may not have happened because the receiver started before the snap. Oh, that's interesting. So it's quarter time. Just
Okay.
like that. Okay, well, so for once, Long Island's the one that keeps the possession for all but one play in the first quarter. So I guess the tables have turned a little bit.
Yeah, that is correct.
So how unusual is that? Anyway, it is 1st and 10 for the Riot squad from the 38-yard line. Just waiting for the ball to be snapped. There it is. There's some pressure. And how about that? A stand-up sack.
And
As there's a flag grab a few yards back at the 44. Loss of 6.
yeah, loss of 6. Here's that Ducks defense again. That defensive line coming up big and getting a stop here for loss of yardage after a big play like that. That's what you want defensively. You want to be able to get back and settle in and continue to play football the way you know how, the way the Ducks play football here, right? So, football happens. You gave up that one play. You come back. You make a nice play on defense. You get a sack here. Let's see what the Riot squad can come up with now on this play here.
Yeah, have to have extreme selective memory pretty much. All right, well, let's get this 2nd and 16 going here.
2nd and 16, I can tell you that.
Well, it's from the 44-yard line. Taking the snap, and it's a one-hopper, incomplete. Just went off the fingertips. So what happened on that play, Joe?
The quarterback tried to get the screenplay off to the receiver, but he underthrew the ball. He just was a bad throw. I don't know if he had his feet set underneath him when he threw that. He just threw it with all arm, and it didn't look like he was, set to throw that, and thus being a short pass and not being able to complete that. So, once again, it's plays in favor for the Ducks here, and hopefully the Ducks can come up with another defensive stop here or get some sort of turnover and get possession again of the ball and be able to take this take it back and get on roll again. Hey, here he is. He's coming back out by himself as a single deep threat there. Two receivers to each side.
Well, we'll see what happens now on this next play, and there's a reason why I'm not going to go any further because I'm going to explain. It's a quick shot. Pass is caught. That's going to be a first down. Crossing the 30, and there's the flagpole down about the 28. Now, Joey, I apologize. It took me 6 games to finally get this. If any of you have noticed, there are cones every 20 yards, the 20 and 40-yard line of each side. Those are your first down markers. No, this is not a rule created from a previous NFL blitz game. However, that's your 20-yard segment for first down. So once you cross those lines, that's a first down. Now, when you start the 30, I think it's only 10 yards to the first down, and that's 20 thereafter. So we're getting rules clarifications as we speak, and what we just noticed here is a first down play for the Riot squad. So you can have anywhere between 1st and 1 inch to 1st and 20, unless you're backed up in penalties and what have you. So the ball spot at the 30-yard line, so it will be a 1st and 10. Taking the snap. There's a big rush.
There we go.
What a very talented play as there's your stand-up sack. Second one of the game already for the Long Island Ducks, and it ends up being a loss of yardage.
Once again, that defensive line for the Ducks coming up big for them, and with that sack, and got a change of possession here. It was last down, it was 4th down, and that was a big stop. Not allowing the quarterback to be able to get a play off.
And while we show the replay of that stand-up sack real quick, to 1st and 20. Unless you're backed up
you
in
got
penalties
linemen
and what
that,
have
like
you.
I said in the previous.
So the ball
previous
spot
game,
at the
that had
30-yard
some
line, so it
extreme
will be a
talent to
first
do
and
this.
10.
Take a look at what happens, especially along
Taking
the right
the snap.
It was your
There's a
tackle there. He
big
just
rush.
managed to
There
stay
we go.
in
What
his
a
lane
very
and not allow the
talented
quarterback
play
to
as
step up
there's your
quick enough
stand-up
to be able to
sack.
get by him and get a flag pull very quickly there. He's been talented all day. He's been doing a great job at that position all day today.
And I guess there's been a change of possession because of it. Here's a pass that's incomplete, so maybe that was fourth down and I completely missed it. So my apologies to messing up the first 5+ games, but we'll get it right this time. So this now is the Ducks' possession, first and 10 from now second and 10 from the 30-yard line following the incompletion. So like I said, we're just students here.
We are still learning this, and we got some rule clarifications, which is pretty good. And here we have the Ducks again coming out, taking their time, looking for a receiver. The quarterback is looking for receivers to try and see if they get open there. So,
all right, here's the. This is going to be a design play crossing the 40, and. Boy, he's doing. I'll tell you, Chris Berman would love those maneuvers with how he puts his sound effects. He gets himself into squad territory at the 47-yard line. So that will now force a 1st and 7 with the next line of game, the 40-yard line.
On that play there, the defensive line didn't maintain, and they allowed him to get a lane to rush, and he was able to take off with his little happy feet and get upfield and be able to get across the first close to the first down marker. So, the defensive line, once again, has to come up big on this and play strong and not allow him to get outside the pocket or get a rushing lane to step up and run.
So from the 47-yard line, a 1st and 7 with the line of game being the 40. Back the pass and a quick throw. They had a man open, but that was the wrong man. It's intercepted. At about the 15-yard line, let's see how they return this one. Oh, they lateral it. And now the other way they go, but not for long as there's your flagpole at the 25-yard line. So a little bit of a razzle-dazzle. We've seen a few of those today, but it ends up being a big turnover as the quarterback, Justin Thorne, overthrows. And you'll see the replay here in just a second. And tell me what happened on this one. So from the 47-yard line, a 1st and 7 with the line of game being the 40.
Okay, let's see. We get the snap. He drops back.
The pass.
Happy feet. Throws the ball very quickly. Looks like he just assumed the receiver was going to get open, and he threw it
open. That was the wrong man. It's intercepted.
Right there, actually.
At about the 15-yard line, let's see how they return this one.
Oh,
they lateral it.
Intercept the
and
pass.
now the other way they go, but not for long as there's your flag
to
pull.
see if he can get more yards out of it, but we had a flag pull there.
Well, and you have to wonder also if it was a design play, if he was under pressure and he just threw it a little bit too hard and the timing was off, causing the turnover.
Yeah, either that or the receiver maybe assumed the receiver was going to take it straight up, and the receiver cut in just a little bit and allowed the defender to just stay back and be able to pick it off.
So 1st and now 16 from the 24-yard line. Here's an underhanded pass, and the underhanded shovel was more like a shovel, and it ends up going incomplete. I think a lot of pressure from the Duck defense has really caused the Riot squad to kind of alter some of the things that they normally do.
Right. Once again, the defensive line, you're going to see the defensive line play with the Ducks. They're very good in maintaining the rushing lanes and not allowing the quarterback to step up and move and be able to run free upfield, which is what a lot of them look for, as opposed to if they can't find an open receiver. So the Ducks line is doing very well. They're doing great work again this afternoon in this championship game here.
So the ball is again to 24, 2nd and 16. Line of gain is their own 40. Back the pass and throwing and a little bit off, incomplete. He was open. It just seemed like the accuracy was just a bit off there.
Yeah, you can see the quarterback say, "It's my bad. I didn't get to throw the ball the right way." But once again, the Ducks defense is still very tough. Very tough. They're not giving up anything. You have to earn everything with them there. Their defensive line is very good right now, and they haven't lost a step yet. And in this championship game, that's why they're here.
I'll tell you what, if there weren't for a half-hour break, we'd see a different play calling from both sides for sure.
That is correct, yes.
3rd and 16 from the 24-yard line. Quarterback A.J. Smith in the shotgun. This time they'll triple the right and unbalance the far side. Here's your snap. Rolling right. Lob pass. Oh, one-handed grab. Crossing the 30, and there is that flagpole right at that 31-yard line, which forces a 4th and 9. So this will make for a very interesting call. And I think now that we understand how the downs work, we understand why this is such a wide-open game, not just because there's 9 players on each side and you have more room to work with, but when you have more room to work with, why would you have 1st and 10, 2nd and 8?
That's correct. I mean, once again, all the quarterbacks today have been doing an outstanding job, but the defense is what's been doing most of the work for the Ducks here. Hopefully they get a stop here and we can see the Ducks offense back on the field again. So we have to hope and see that if they can get a good stop here, get a turnover.
And now I think we're gonna have the 2-minute warning.
Yeah, there it is.
So that happened rather quick. All right, so now, again, the ball is spotted right past the 30-yard line. So this is a critical play for the Riot squad of Hartford. 4th and about 9. I've seen a couple different formations from them, unlike some of the other teams we've seen. And it's going to be a pooch kick that's blocked. And you can't advance it once it's blocked. Too dangerous. So that's a huge play for the Ducks special teams, and they will have the ball now at the 26-yard line.
Once again, here you have the Ducks defense doing a great job in holding this Riot offense.
We got to see the block again. And tried to pooch kick, and it ends up being a pooched period. So this is a critical play for the Riot squad of Hartford.
The punt there.
All right, so now, again, the ball should have an idea in a second here. The Riot squad of Hartford. I've seen a couple different formations from them, unlike some of the other teams we've seen. And it's going to be a pooch kick that's blocked. Yeah, it happens so fast. So for Long Island, they have it at the 25, and now a flag is down. Now we have a false start. Now, I just noticed they changed the football. Went from it looked like a regular football to a white football. Now, could there be a reasoning behind that?
Not sure.
Special football that a lot of players use called the white football. A little more tacky. It's a company out of Texas. They don't use as much anymore. It came out a couple of years ago.
Oh, okay. So it's just optional?
It's optional, but it's a standard football, just white.
Okay, and we got some help in the press box here as well. The reason why a white football is being used, nothing special. It's just a different colored football, same standards as the Flag Football League uses, just a different color. So back to pass and faking and still faking and then falling, and now flag falls about 10 yards behind him, about the 24-yard line. Not going to matter. It's going to be a hold against the Ducks. So literally massive confusion as we continue wondering. We may have to see eye doctors by the end of the week.
Once again, the offensive line trying their best. I mean, the Riot squad, their defensive line is okay. Doesn't look like they're getting much pressure. Not sure why he had to hold on that play, other than, thinking maybe he was going to possibly get in for a flag pull there on the quarterback. But he managed to get through the line. Yeah, but, I guess it is what it is when you get these offensive linemen.
So they back it up to the 40-yard line, so you can make it a traditional now 1st and 20. And we'll see what the quarterback Justin Thorne does. Oh, and he throws, and that's batted away incomplete. And you can hear the thud right there. We've had a few of those batted balls with authority today.
Yeah, it was a good play by the defensive line there. That's what you want, right? Knowing that the Ducks offense is really productive, you don't want to give them any opportunities. You want to be able to capitalize on any play that you can here. And that's a big play for them. Now it's still got a long ways to go, 20 yards for a first down. So, we'll see what the Ducks can come up with here, whether it's, the quarterback running and taking it on his own or finding an open receiver.
Not sure what Thorne's going to come up with on 2nd and 20. He'll take the snap. And he thought about running, but the Riot Squad D was too slick for him, and he ends up getting a stand-up sack at the 45-yard line. The squad will call timeout.
That was a great play by the defensive line there, as to getting the stand-up sack there, pulling the flag. For them it's big, to not allow the Ducks to even get into field goal range, as we see that they do have a field goal kicker. So it's important that they stay here and they try not to give anything up. I mean, I think it'll be a bit much for them to try to go for a field goal, but you don't want to give up a big play, which would allow them to get into field goal range and possibly go for that.
So now it's up to a third and 25 following the sack. And I think the Ducks realize the Riot Squad defense is actually pretty good. So this is going to be a little bit of a struggle for points. It's only 3-0. It's only because of a 25-yard field goal in the opening drive of the game. We shall see what they come up with here. Third and quite a ways. They have to get to the 20 for the line of gain. Taking the snap. Now he fires, has a man, and there's the flagpole inside the 30. They're going to say it's the 29. So they're 9 yards shy of a first down, and now another timeout called, and this time it's going to be the Ducks calling it.
Yeah, well, right now the Riot Squad is just looking to hold for another play to be able to get possession, and not allow the Ducks to get a first down here. The Ducks are looking to get a first down and possibly more than that, but I think they would be content with getting a first, trying to just move the ball up. The first time they had a little bit of time to be able to throw and complete a pass. The Riot Squad defensive line looked like they were settling in there for a moment, but at this point right now, they just got quiet again. So they need that push. They need to come up again and get a stop here.
Well, here we go at 4th and 9. Remember, the line of gain is the 20-yard line. A little bit of a different formation this time. And we'll see what quarterback Justin Thorne does as he'll take the snap. He's going to roll left. He'll take a shot. And it's knocked away incomplete. So a good job by the defense of the Riot Squad, who forced the turnover on downs, and they will get the football. And keep in mind, the squad get the ball to start the second half, too.
A very good play by the defensive back there, to step up and deflect the ball. Once again, like we said, these guys take that chance on making a play on the ball, So he obviously didn't try to intercept and go for the ball. He just knocked it away so that they can, maintain and gain possession of the ball. If he would have tried to go for an interception and missed, once again, it would have been a big mistake and off to the races for a touchdown there.
I wonder if that play in one of the games where there was like a tie, a receiver and a defender caught the ball, what if it was a white football that was caught, because we were confused between that and a black hat that fell in the back of the end zone. That could have been easier there too. But anyway, 1st and 10 for the Riot Squad as Smith nearly runs into his own man, and now a pass. Oh, what a beautiful defensive play. Number 19 just slogged it away. Incomplete at the very last minute. So give credit to the Duck defense there. That was quite a play.
That was quite a play. He was back there. There was a defender, number 9, was on the receiver who was coming all the way across from the field, and managed to get underneath it and deflect the ball just at the right moment and not allowing the pass to be completed. It was a good pass. It was a bit of a duck, but a duck came and made a great play on it.
Literally. I had a feeling you were going to have a dynasty of badness there.
I was thinking about that duck stuff.
Oh, boy.
Once again, the Duck defense, though, did come through, and they're looking to get a stop here also.
All right, well, 2nd and 10. I'm not going to revert back to my Disney trip from a few weeks ago, but here's Smith back to pass. He's looking. He's going to cross his body, and the ball gets tipped, and that ends up going incomplete. So that forces 3rd down. Now, keep in mind, it looks like it's 3rd and 11 because the line of gain is their own 40-yard line.
Right. Great. Once again, been saying it all day. Great defensive play by the Ducks defensive line. the presence of mind to get their hands up on those passes that are not being thrown, overhand. He's sidearming it, and it's got a low trajectory, and it allows the defense to get their hands up. If you're smart, you can knock down a lot more than that, or possibly come down with an interception at one point. You never know.
That'll force a 3rd and 11 as the ball again is at the 29-yard line. The squad looking to take advantage of the turnover on downs that their defense helped that last time. Here's a short pass. That is caught. Trying to get away from a couple defenders. And now a forward lateral. That's not good. Yeah. He would have had a first down if he crossed the 40, but instead he threw forward, and there's your illegal forward lateral penalty.
Wow, it's one thing where, your defense gets to make a great play, but when you help them out yourself and doing a forward lateral after gaining the yard to gain and now putting yourself in a deeper hole, it's not a smart play. And this game is by far out of reach. I mean, we only got 3 points here. You got to be smart with every possession, especially with the Ducks. We know that they're a good possession team. They love to hold the ball. They love to take their time about the marching down the field and stuff like that. So, you don't want to give them the ball back. But
here's another interesting question as the Ducks call timeout. The line of gain at the point of the illegal lateral was the 41-yard line. Now you back it up 5 yards to the 36. And you've crossed the first down marker, but is it still lost to down? You start on 2nd down from the 24.
No, actually, it's a penalty, and they're ready to punt right now.
So it's going to be 1st and 24. Yeah, so it looks like
Yeah, bizarre.
The head official is Eric Foster from Atlanta.
All right, well, it looks like the squad's going to punt. They had theirs blocked last time. This time, much more successful. And it takes a squad bounce. Did it hit somebody? I think it did because it rolls dead to 21-yard line, but I don't think that's what they're going to say, the 36. So that's where the Ducks will start in the waning moments of the first half. So, hey, we're getting a crash course of stuff with this flag football, and yeah, we still got 2 more games to go after this, so this will help.
Right.
But anyway, for the Ducks, who have the 3-0 lead, it was a field goal late in the first quarter. That's the only scoring in this particular contest. And what do you know? The sun has come out to Franklin High School here in Somerset.
That's a great thing, but let's see here. Let's see if the Riot Squad defense could come up with a big play here and get a turnover to get possession back.
Here's a handoff, and this is number 6 running, and now we got flags flying all over the place. And I think he stepped out of bounds at a 39-yard line. I don't think it's going to matter because the flags are all the way back in the offensive line. So you're probably going to see holding on the Ducks anyway. Unless the officials think something different. Yeah, it's a crackback block, it looks like. And unsportsmanlike to go with it. So lots of penalties against the Ducks that time. So certainly not a good play.
Yeah, looked like it was a hand guard there where the running back knocked the defense's hand away from the flag and didn't allow him to grab it. So.
Well, a little bit of confusion there, and yeah, maybe we finally reached halftime.
Yes, we
didn't get any signal here, but anyway, the Ducks lead the Hartford Riot Squad by a score of 3-0. Hey, we're going to do some more studying about these flag football rules. We'll come back for the second half in just a few minutes. All right, the shortest halftime, or at least tied for the shortest halftime in Franklin High School history just happened. So here's the kickoff taken by the Hartford Riot squad, and it'll be taken to about the, I guess, 30-yard line. We'll see where they spot the football. Anyway, I'm Tom Wilkins with Joey Pagan, and we have Howard Gaber, of course, taking care of the controls here. The 6th game of 8 here in this XFFL 9-man tournament championship, and it has been basically a plethora of weather conditions. We've had basically soaking rain for nearly 3 games. The medium to just cloudy and ugh, and now the sun has popped out here, although more rain is expected to move into the Somerset area. So the field at least has been holding its own rather well. The injuries have been kept to a relative minimum. So it's been good on the front for both teams. But now the Riot squad, who find themselves down 3-0, they begin the second half with a 1st and 12. Ball spotted at the 28-yard line. Here's A.J. Smith, the quarterback, will throw off his foot, gets a pass, and they end up crossing, I believe, the line of game. No, a yard
short of it.
short, just a yard short. So a gain of 11, which makes it 2nd and 1. Now, here's an interesting thing, and interesting that we've had some talk about strategy and stuff. You could have the defense jump offside, and then all of a sudden you got 1st and 16, and force them to go 1st and long again is more like a little bit of a chess game.
Yeah, that's correct. The defense is allowed to do that once. You can't do it back-to-back times, so it would be a personal foul. But right now it looks like A.J.'s settling in, and he's looking a little better in the pocket and finding his receivers open, which is a good thing.
Well, I think the receivers also had to adjust their routes too. Here's a big rush by the Ducks. Smith waiting and juking and finding himself losing some yardage back to the 38-yard line. So all that running around ends up resulting in a loss of a yard and goes for a 3rd and 2. I mean, I probably would have tried to do a draw up the middle and try and at least reset the down markers.
That would have been a good idea. But once again, this Duck defense is playing up to a good level again. They managed to get a good stop with all the scrambling that he did, maintain their leverage and not allow him to get past them and get a 1st down here.
So this will now make it 3rd and 3. They're going to say it's a 2-yard loss. Ball will now be at the 37-yard line, and Smith looking to get his receivers. He has a triple on the left, so they're unbalancing on the left-hand side. Smith with a low snap this time. A lot of movement, and I don't know what he was doing, but he throws it in.
Flag on the play.
And now a flag down. He might have been hit late. He might have been hit late because he's just applauding, saying, yeah, I got hit. So that should be a personal foul, and that will put the Riot squad on the Ducks side of the field for that roughing the passer play. So big break there, and it'll be now 1st and 8 now they've crossed the line of game.
Right. So, bad penalty on the Ducks there. They needed to just play smart football there and not help out this Riot squad here. Once again, the quarterback, A.J., is settling in a little bit. They had good pressure. They managed to keep him within the pocket. And then here you give him a penalty that moves him upfield and gives him good field position for the moment.
They will spot the ball at the Duck 48-yard line. So the Riot squad from Hartford, again lining up with the same formation of 4 receivers and tripling the left side. We'll see what Smith does here on this 1st down play. Oh, I'm sorry. They're saying Rockets at quarterback. Oh. And there was a tug on the receiver there, and that's going to be
a flag.
Yep, pass interference. And I beg your pardon because they've actually changed quarterbacks. Gentleman by the name of Rocket Bryant threw a rocket downfield and got himself a pass interference penalty. And it was a clear-cut tug, which made it pretty obvious along the near side Ball be placed at the spot of foul, which is the 21-yard line. So that's a 27-yard penalty. That's 42 yards in penalties in the last two plays. So for the Ducks, it's like, wait a minute. This is not exactly what we had in mind.
I think it was a good play by the defender. He was beat and didn't want to give up the score, right? So, I teach my defensive guys, if you get beat, don't give up that score. Give me a penalty, pass interference or something. Do not allow the play to happen. We'll go from there. We'll take it from that point on, and hopefully we can play better defense at that moment. But, that was definitely a problem for the defense there. He was beat, so he had to pull on that jersey there.
So that will make it an automatic first down. It looks like it is 1st and 2 from the 22-yard line. You don't see too many of those. Rock it back, and they'll fire just a little short hop, incomplete. Pass was just a little bit short, and I hope the receiver's okay because it looks like he may have blown a tire a little bit. Maybe a cramp. Because keep in mind, they've played 2 other games, and this is a turf, and the Riot squad played on a grass field behind this press box. It was originally, it was grass, and then Mother Nature decided to make it mud. So it is very possible that maybe that is a cramp and the receiver's being helped on the sideline.
So here's where you need the Ducks defense again to be able to make a big play and get a stop here and not allow this Riot squad to get in the end zone.
Well, that was just an unfortunate break there. 2nd and 2. And Rocket's going to lob one. And
I think we have an interception.
I think we do. Yes, intercepted. And here's the number 9 guy who is, what is he going to do? Think it's in the end zone and going to take a picture?
Wow.
Oh, my goodness. Does everybody have to do that? Do people go to training camp? You do an interception. Everybody run to the camera.
Say hello to the camera. Say good afternoon to the fans. Once again, great play by the defense on the Ducks side. That's been their game all day, that with the defense coming out and bailing them out every time. So, once again, as you know, it was a good play, great interception there by him. Earlier, he had a couple of good games earlier. We seen him earlier. He had a couple of good plays. He's been quiet for a while, but now he just all of a sudden stepped up again.
That's called saving the adrenaline because he came out with a house of fire there after that interception. So now 1st and I believe half a yard. That ball's tipped, doesn't matter. It's still got to cross, and then he gets stripped. So they're going to rule him down about the 24-yard line. So they'll reset the markers. It'll be 1st and 16 with the line of game now being the 40.
Right.
And I think now we're starting to get the hang of it a little bit.
I think we are too, and I think what we're going to get out of the Ducks here in this next offensive possession is once again a slow-moving, pick your spots as to when you're going to take a chance to go to the end zone. But let's just complete passes, move the ball downfield slowly the way we've been doing all day. Look for that open man, and if I don't have him, I'm going to run hopefully for a first down or if not positive yardage.
So from the 24-yard line, 1st and 16. He calls his own number this time. He'll get to the 30. Oh, there's a missed tackle. He may go the distance. No, maybe not. Gets shoved out, and that's going to be a late flag. A late flag, a push from behind that's going to add another 15 yards to that.
Yeah, he did exactly what I said. He didn't find a player, to throw the ball to. He took his own initiative and ran. And once he got past the line of scrimmage, that was it. There was no other defenders there. Lucky the guy came by to be able to push him out of bounds, which was a penalty, though. So on that, you add on that big run, you're going to get another 15 yards added to that.
That was a gain of 40. Add 15 more. They're going to be at the 21-yard line. Ride the verge of the line of gain yet again, and that becomes goal to go once they cross it.
That is correct. We're going to have a first down here and maybe 3.
Well,
so, once again, the Ducks, relying on their offense, to move the ball and maintain possession. The Riot squad just bailed them out big time there with that penalty. That was horrible. And the championship game, those are the things you can't afford to do in this close of a game. You got a 3-point game, and anything can happen here. You don't want to take those chances. You don't want to make those kind of mistakes, actually.
All right, well, after a 38-yard gain and a 15-yard penalty, you're right, Joey. It's 1st and 3 from the 23-yard line. Let's see how the Ducks operate here. Waiting to snap. Has time.
Ooh.
And it looks like he just spilled down, and that might be a roughing the passer because a flag came down right at the end as the quarterback was going down. Now, it's either going to be a hold or a personal foul.
Yeah, it looks like it's a hold on the Ducks.
You are correct because it was either going to be that or a personal foul because it was thrown right at the quarterback. So it could have been one or the other, but the interesting call is, do you accept the penalty or the loss? And it looks like they are going to accept the penalty and make it 1st and 13, so I guess somewhat more manageable.
Yeah, for the defense, it was good to push them back, not give the Ducks offense an opportunity to score right now. You know, make them have to work even more for this either being a first down or a touchdown because they can still get a first before getting into the end zone.
So it'll be 1st and 13, actually maybe 14. The ball spotted the 34-yard line. Back to pass. And there's a volleyball spike by the defensive lineman. And he almost came down with it with an interception.
Yeah, once again, yes.
Ends up being incomplete, so it's 2nd and 14. By the way, I just checked the numbers. I had a nice number of people checking out the HSG network and, of course, the XFFL, this championship B level here on this 9-on-9 flag football tournament. Really fantastic. So we've hit 3/4 time, so we're going to switch sides here. It's a measly 3-0 game, but it's far from over yet. I'll remind everybody, please subscribe to HSG Network. We have plenty of other events coming up. Of course, we have another one in the works in like 2 weeks' time on Easter weekend on Saturday the 16th, plus other events in May and even another potential trip for the Spring Sunshine Bowl down in Virginia, south of D.C. come July. So lots of things coming up, so please subscribe to HSG Network on YouTube. And let's also give a shout to our sponsors for this championship Sunday. Shrooms, that's SHRUUMZ.com, which you can also find on Instagram. BlackRiverLandscaping.com. You can check them out at their website or call 973-970-9073. And, of course, we have Henrock Customs. And Customs has a Z on the end of it. You can find them on Facebook, TikTok, and even Instagram. They have a carrier there. We'll do the other sponsors momentarily. Here's a pass on the first play of the 4th quarter, and it's caught crossing the 20-yard line. Here's a lateral to the 10-yard line, and it's not forward. Here's a spin move and a score.
Wow.
Now, how do you like that? I don't think I would ever design a play like that unless there's some divots somewhere on the far side near the 10-yard line.
Wow. Here's the ref. He's checking to make sure that his flags are being able to be pulled. And then he signals after that touchdown. Once again, a great move by the receiver after he received the lateral. One of those jump cuts really quick, and then he just took off right into the end zone. The defender had no chance whatsoever. And once again, here we see the Ducks doing what the Ducks do, taking their time, picking their spots, and making plays happen. So, once again, this has been the team that, I've noticed that just take their time about what they're doing and make sure that they make plays.
And they made the biggest play of this game so far because now it's a 2-possession game. As low a score as it has been on the average for a flag football game, especially today. I mean, and the snap goes by unless the official blew it dead.
I'm not sure. It didn't look like the holder was ready for the snap, and the center just snapped the ball. Like, what's going on?
I mean, I don't know if because it was a fumble, you can't advance it, unfortunately. But I'll tell you what, why don't we show you that touchdown play again, which, I mean, that wouldn't be my way of designing
We'll do the other sponsors
momentarily.
Well, apparently,
here's a pass on the first play of the 4th
receiver
quarter, and
catches
it's
the ball,
caught crossing the 20.
Pull there. And then second guy misses the flag also, and there's where he decides to pitch the ball back. And
to the 10-yard
hits
line.
and breaks, go backs.
And it's not
and then
forward.
Takes off again, and we have another
There's a spin move and a score.
And the guy, receiver's in the end zone doing his little dance, and 6 for the Ducks.
to have a 9-0 lead here early in the final quarter as the Riot squad looks like they're probably going to try and rush things along because they're going to need 2 possessions to win this game. So Rocket is in at quarterback again. Let's see what he can do as it's 1st and 10 now from the 30. Back to pass, throws off his foot, and it ends up going incomplete. Forgot to mention the other sponsors. There's Jamal Athletic Sportswear, which, of course, you can call 570-772-5321 or visit jamalsportswear.com. That's JAMALL, jamalsportswear.com. We're also presented by RMT Media Group as well as watchgamefilm.com. All the sponsors, of course, for this championship Sunday here for the Extreme Flag Football League, this tournament weekend here from Franklin High School in Somerset. So we now do a 2nd and 10. Let's see what goes on with this one. You're going to triple to the left side here. Back to passes Rocket. He's under a rush, and the Rocket runs out of fuel and ends up getting a stand-up sack all the way back at the 20-yard line.
Once again, that Duck defense, the defensive line, have managed to corral this quarterback, not allow him to get outside the pocket or feel comfortable at all, not giving him any time to do anything. With a stand-up sack again, which is great. Once again, defense by the Ducks. And this is what we've been seeing all afternoon from them, is a defensive strength that they have in this game here.
Now it will be a 3rd and 20, and now the Riot squad really up against it here. Huddling to make sure to get the right play call. 3rd and 20 coming up. Keep in mind, the line of gain is the 40-yard line. They need to get there in the next 2 plays to continue possession. You know this is 4-down territory for them.
Oh,
and somebody jumped on the right side. Another false start. And the Riot squad suddenly find themselves really up against it now. So it's going to be 3rd and 25. So even though there's room to roam, they're going to have to do that in a couple of big chunks just to get to the 40-yard line.
Right. Once again, that's what happens when you manage to get pressure from your defensive line. The offensive linemen are just anxious to get into position and jump off sides, trying to get a step on that on the defenders. Because they've been absolute awesome today as far as the defensive line go with pressure. So you as an offensive lineman, you're tired of giving up the sack. So you want that edge. You want that the opportunity to make a play.
So 3rd and 25, a low snap to the Rocket. He backs up, nearly slips, now reverses direction. And two defensemen fall, and there's a Hail Mary into double coverage. That is dropped almost.
He had a receiver.
Very close. And get that number 9 guy was in the area, too. I mean, he's playing fired. I was like, no, you don't.
Yeah, but, the receiver had the ball in his hands. It just couldn't come down with it. It was a great play all around. Both defense and, being by the ball and, maybe the receiver might have heard something and said, I got to be careful here, and just dropped the ball. Unbelievable. Great presence and pocket from the offensive quarterback to be able to scramble outside finally and elude the pressure and get outside to be able to throw the ball downfield.
I would think that I would run the ball there and try and get maybe 15, possibly 20 yards because there was that wide open area where he could have easily gotten that amount of yardage, maybe gotten half or more of the yards necessary to get the first down and then set up a big 4th down play. But he decided to choose the Hail Mary in double coverage, and the prayer was not answered. So we'll see what 4th and 25 does. And now whistles blow, and a timeout's going to be called by the Ducks. So right now, I think the Duck defense, and you're right, Joey, what's been the real difference between the Ducks defense and the other teams we've seen today?
The defensive line, the presence that the defensive line has, the pressure that they've been applying on quarterbacks, and once again, the presence of not allowing the quarterbacks to get outside the pocket, which is what we've seen most of the morning here where quarterbacks go empty and then take off once everybody's downfield, you know. So they are not allowing that. They've been pretty much doing that all day, not allowing the quarterback to get upfield. I mean, every now and then you do get a play where they do manage to get upfield, but they always manage to come back and make a play and stop the offenses from scoring or anything.
All right, so this is a big 4th and 25 call here.
Oh.
And one of the receivers decides to take off early, and there's a false start. So now it's 4th, and, boy, you're going to really need a big play. 4th and 30.
Yeah, well, once again, you know, you shoot yourself in the foot. This is not stuff that, you know, you want from the Riot squad. Doesn't need this kind of play here. And once again, the clock, you know, it just takes time off the clock and then minimize your possessions. And, you know, technically, if you don't get that first down here, what's going to happen is you're just giving the Ducks back the ball with great field position, it would seem to be. And then with a good field goal kicker, they can either get into field goal range and possibly kick another field goal or even score again.
What about the defensive linemen? What would you have them do here?
I'd have them contain a little bit. I want them to still get upfield and rush, but
well, they're still rushing here on 4th down, and
here he is.
And there it is. The containment worked. So that kind of ends that drive. The Ducks take over on downs inside the 10-yard line, actually the 6. So it is 1st and goal, and the Riot squad is like, they have no idea what hit them at this point. You're right. The Duck defense, once again, rose up to the challenge.
I guess it's true in everything, right? You know, you got defensive play here where the Duck defensive line came up big again in this game, and you know it's true. Defense do win championships. Right? So if that's the case and the Ducks do go on to win this, it's been because of their defense playing so well and even bigger by their defensive line.
And don't be surprised, Joey, that the Ducks get ranked after this tournament. I mean, this is the first tournament of the year, and the Ducks, it looks like seemingly they will be on their way to winning, and there's still some time left. But the Riot squad, they have been ranked. So the fact that the Ducks are going to be beating a ranked team, that's going to pay major dividends for whenever the next stats come out, whenever that is, and however that goes up. And
all right, so here we are. You get it back in the backfield. I guess they're going to try to just run this ball possibly here.
it's not.
There it is, and we have a touchdown by the Ducks. We have a touchdown by the Ducks.
That is correct. A score for the Ducks. It looked like it was I don't know if it was a run or what have you.
It was a wildcat formation. That's what it was.
Well, wildcat usually means a run in that case.
Yes, sir. It was a direct snap to the up back, and he managed to take it in for a touchdown.
Well, it ends up working out pretty good because that makes it 15-0 and pretty much I wouldn't necessarily put it out of reach, but the Ducks, their defense, set up their offense, set up a short field, and there's your answer.
Yeah, once again, you know, because the defense coming through for them again and getting that stop there and, you know, playing the way they have been playing all day long, I didn't expect anything other than that. I mean, we hadn't seen the Riot squad at all today, and – you know, they obviously had success on the other field, but when they got over here, they ran into a much, much better team, and this Ducks defense has been amazing this afternoon.
I think they may have underestimated the Ducks a little bit too. And when you do that, some surprises happen. We're actually seeing it right now. They're going to go with the 2-point conversion from the 10-yard line. They can do a 1-pointer from the 3 or a 2-pointer from the 10. So here's the quarterback back. He still has his flags, and the pass goes to the back of the end zone for 2 points.
Wow.
I thought the quarterback was going to have his flags taken off, but instead he eluded the defense and ends up throwing to the back of the end zone, and that makes it a 17-0 game.
Yeah, that is correct. I mean, that was big by the quarterback to be able to elude the defenders. I mean, they were tugging at his uniform and weren't able to get the flag there, and he was able to step up in the pocket once again and complete for the 2-point conversion on that play. So, you know, now we're up 17-0. Not sure as to what this time is left on the clock here.
Well, still in the third, right, Joe?
Yeah.
We're in the fourth? Did we get to the fourth? That's me. I thought we're in the third.
Yeah,
Yeah.
well,
Are we now in the fourth?
If it gets to 18-0 at 2 minutes, it's a mercy.
Oof, 18-0, Joe. 2 minutes is a mercy roll.
you see,
Winning by 18.
right. Well, I mean, as we go along, we get more information.
We'll switch it to the fourth.
Oh, and he completed the pass. Got a
no.
lateral. Still going.
Another flag on the.
All right, we got a flag pull there, but a flag afterwards. It may be a holding penalty on the defense, on the Ducks.
I didn't see them flip fields. Did they flip fields? No, we're still in the third. I think we're in the third. It's been a long third, though. Let me tell you, if it is.
Yes, that.
Maybe that was the interception. We're getting information from our league director / scheduler. we'll keep him nameless because number one, we don't want him being shouted out on Facebook for giving us information. But so we'll see what happens. But yeah, I guess we're in the fourth. All right. There you go. So back to Tom.
Well, Riot Squad's coming out on the offense now in the single back. By himself, the quarterback in formation there.
Well, it looks like Rocket's going to try and get out of this
and
can't.
Here we go again.
And he was tackled from behind, which is, I think, a no-no. So it's going to be roughing the passer. And you can sense the frustration on the Ducks defense. Like, we got him. And the official's like, oh, no, you didn't do it right.
Right, well, there you go. Once again, they've been outstanding. They have been outstanding. This defensive line has been outstanding. I'm not sure, it looked like he was tackled or he was hit. He is the quarterback, so, I mean, they might have not tried to get the flag, to pull the flag, but just simply tackle him, which I believe is illegal to do, and, wind up giving them an opportunity to move the ball downfield even more. So...
Well, tough break there. Now, here's a deep pass along the right side. They got an open man, and nice defense again as the pass is knocked away incomplete. And I believe that tells us we're at the 2-minute warning. Or the game is over. Yeah, the game is over. Okay, so I guess I missed a 2-minute warning and everything with that. Well, anyway, the Ducks win the B-level championship 17-0. Your thoughts on this one, Joey?
This was a great defensive game by the Ducks. We thought we were going to see a more high-power offense from the team from the Connecticut, the Riot Squad. But actually, no. I mean, they just didn't get on track at all. A couple of big plays. They started off with a very big play, and then after that, that was it. That was most of their offense for the most part. Once again, the Ducks defense comes through and helps them. That defensive line was very big there, Tom.
They were dominant Ducks on D, that is for sure. So the Ducks defeat the Riot Squad 17-0. Congratulations to those Long Island Ducks. We will have 2 more games, both on the A level. I believe a semifinal game and a championship game to follow. So I believe they're going to do they might do the ceremony in the center. I don't know. So all right, so we'll show you that. We will come back on audio when we have the next game for the A level. We'll give you the teams and stuff. So hang on, watch the ceremony up front.